Yo, 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 what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, all right? So in this video, what we're gonna talk about is, man, we're doing a market recap and also a kind of like a what's going on in the market right now, right? Now, we just had our first batch of MAG7 stocks report earnings. So I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about just the market at large and kind of how to maneuver and handle what's going on. Talk about the indexes so I can help you guys kind of know how to navigate this stuff, right? So today we had a jobless claims report come out this morning. This whole market gap down, right? There were certain bullish setups that, not a lot of bullish setups, but there were a couple that did not go up, right? So I always say, pay attention to the what? Price action, okay? When we're looking at the news, right? The news is behind the setups on the daily time frame and the weekly time frame. So when it comes to earnings, you have a lot of gambling. It's 50-50, up or down. But when we're looking at the stock market and these charts and these technicals, this is the greatest thing to rely on. Now, what did I also tell you guys? I said, pay attention to what? Earning reports and inflation, okay? Tesla missed earnings, right? And then Google, they beat earnings, right? Google beat earnings, Tesla missed earnings. So that's 2 out of the 7 for the MAG7. So pay attention. Now, we had CPI came in cooler this month. So next month, we got to see what happens with inflation data for this month when it gets reported next month, right? But if this is an indication, we could have some more downside action coming in the market when I'm looking at earning reports. Now, Google did beat earnings. Something happened. They still gapped down. I know a lot of people are going to say, what's going on? I know a lot of people are going to say, what's going on? Why is the market, why is Google coming down if they beat earnings? This is why if you go do that, you just need to be having shares. But when we're talking about option contracts, don't be gambling that. Now, let's go look at the charts and let's go kind of understand what's going on in the stock market right now, right? When we're looking at these levels, right? And these prices. So if I'm looking at, let's look at Tesla. So Tesla, they gap down, right? They gap down. We have this order block on the 6 hour right here. They gap down. We broke below it. And so now we're here. So Tesla, okay? Tesla is now at this order block on the daily, right? At 320, 322, 319. So we shouldn't really go any lower than 319, 318 on Tesla. So this is actually a good buying area, but their earnings were not good. So we got to see what happens over the next couple days with Tesla to see if they start to try to recover, right? But when you look at the report right here, their revenue was up, right? Their revenue was up. They had a surprise. And then what was it? Their EPS, they reported a 0.33 EPS, and their estimate was 0.5. That is why they dropped so significant, because their EPS, okay? So they beat on revenue. So because they beat on revenue, it was up 26%, but the EPS was down, the earnings per share was down. Your earnings per share is like the initial shock factor, right? That's what's going to kind of make the initial move happen when it comes to earnings. So I think that this is a good area to enter into some longs on Tesla, because yes, they missed earnings, but it wasn't on a revenue, it was on an EPS, right? So we're going to see if they kind of bounce here. So if we could bounce here, Tesla could start coming back up. and then come back up through here and then push up. Right now we got this massive gap to fill. So tomorrow we're going to have a fair value gap on the daily that's going to get created. It's going to be a big red gap right here. And then we're going to start to see what's going to happen. Now let's look at Google, right? Now Google they're trying to recover here, right? So they just came down to this 200 EMA, right? As you can see, we do have an order block down here to 275. So we got to see if we're going to continue to come down to 275. Now we were in this downtrend right here, right? We broke out of it and we came back inside of the downtrend. Okay, so we got to see on Google, are we really going to start to make our way towards this 275, or are we going to bounce off of this 200 EMA right here? So once again, for the next couple of days of Google, we're going to see, but Google, they beat earnings, right? They beat earnings. They did their thing. So they estimated at 2.8 EPS. They reported at 9.1. Revenue was up. Everything was good on Google. So for them to drop, I think what could be happening is, what I've seen is sometimes they'll drop a stock or they'll drop multiple stocks down just so that it gives the stock market room to go up, right? Because they also want SPY, QQQ to be able to make moves and have room to go in these directions. And then we also have something called liquidity sweeps, liquidity grabs. That is another part of the whole game. So with Google, I think that this is also a great time to buy Google. Okay, if you want to buy Google down here, they have not been at this 200 EMA since when? They haven't been at this 200 EMA since April of 2026, right? We in July. That's 3 months. So right now, this is a great discount to buy Google at, right? So I definitely think that Google is at a great price right now in relevance to where it's been. All right, I started messing with Google down here at the 140s, right? The 140 area is where I started really taking Google serious. But up here, this is where you really on a discount it could be, right? From its previous highs at 408. Okay, so but they still could come down some more. They're down 6% on a day right now, but we're right here at this 200 EMA. If we come below there, that's even better. And if we come to 275, that's going to be ideal. That's going to be a beautiful buying zone when it comes down to Google. All right. Now, when we look at SPY gap down today. They're still in this massive bull flag right here. Okay. They're still in this massive bull flag right here on the daily. So this is still holding, but we came down right here. So with SPY, we could be coming down to this 715 to retest this. We could be coming down in this area right here. If we go to the weekly time frame, what do we have? We have buyers right here. I talked about this on Sunday's live. We got buyers right here. So we're going to see if we're going to come up. We had a failed two up last week, and we came up here, we rejected, and now look at what we're doing. We're coming down. Y'all feel me? So we got buyers in this area right here. So on a daily time frame, we could be coming down to this area right here after today if we're going to have more continued downside action. All right. Now, and because we came down here and we came below right here, we have nothing but room to come down to 732. When we're looking at IWM, look at IWM. They've been consolidating, not consolidating, but they've been in this little ugly range going up and down, real jumbled up for a while, right? For a minute. They just gapped down here. Now we get into an area where we don't have no real traffic, okay? So if we get below 288.90, I mean, I think IWM could come straight down to this right here, this 279 area right there, right? So 289, 289.90 is going to be your area. That's going to be your line in the sand on IWM. If we break below there, we come to 279, y'all. All right, we're going to come to 279. So that's what I'm looking at on IWM. And then when it comes down to QQQ, very similar thing. We've been kind of going up and down. We've been in this range. We've been having a lot of traffic in these areas right here, right? You see we gapped down right here, came down. Now look at this level right here, right? Look at this area right here. We got right there. And we got right here. All right? Now, if we break below this level right here, 686. If we break below 686, yeah, we got some buyers here, but we got an equilibrium zone right here down to 656. We don't have no real support until like right here, right? So we could be coming down to 656. We need a bounce and a reclaim right here, right now to start going up and to fill this gap. And we need to reclaim above 710 to really, really, really go higher. All right, 710 is going to be a very strong level. 710.55 on QQQ is going to be a very, very strong level. It's been a strong level, right? Ever since we came below it, we haven't been able to get above it. And we've been coming down. All right? So that's QQQ. Now, what's been going on as well is the price action has been not the best this month, right? If you look at let's look at the 15-minute on QQQ, right? We got a 3-bar, we came down, right? We going up and down, we consolidate, and then we had a little move down here. IWM, look at all of this on the 15, right? You can't really trade this right here, right? You can't trade this stuff right here. SPY, up, down, look just like QQQ, right? So, and it's been doing this like, you know, almost every day, you know, for the past few weeks now. So look at IWM yesterday, right? Popped up, consolidated for an hour or 30 minutes, and then it came down, right? QQQ yesterday. What happened with them yesterday? They popped up here, had a little downtrend, popped up, right? And then they kind of just came down, but it was real slow. And that's the thing. When you trade in these 0-day expirations, it's like, yeah, the stock can show that it came down during the day, but it's how it came down. Because you got to understand, if you're trading 0-day expirations, your decay could be eating away at your profit. So if the stock takes 3 hours to make a $3 move to the downside, you're not going to make any money, right? But if it moves $3 in 20 minutes, that's where the money is made. So you got to be able to read that price action and really know, should I enter into a trade with the price action that I'm being presented with, or should I not? Sometimes you may need to take 2 or 3 trades of the same stock because of the price action is kind of just so crazy and so wicky. I don't like trading wicky markets, right? Days where it's a lot of wicks. I don't like trading all of that. So these are just, you know, things that I'm looking at in the market. This is things I wanted to talk about with you guys today. There's a lot of weird price action. There's a lot of lower volume. This is the summertime. All the people with money, it's the summertime. They are taking their breaks. They're on vacation right now. So please don't beat yourself up. Pay attention to the charts, the technical analysis. That is what you need to rely on. Do not sit here and be so focused on the news and this and that and the speculation. Pay attention to your price action. That's what's going to make you profitable, and that's what's going to make you the money. So I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Like I always say, man, make sure you get up out your head. Go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place. All right. And also remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. Y'all have a great day, and I'm going to holler at you guys on tomorrow's video. Y'all stay smooth. Peace.